All right, so the nice weather's starting up and we have our AC unit right here. It's an older one, so it makes a little bit more noise than your typical AC unit, but I'll show you exactly how to make it quieter, and all the first things that I show you are all things that you can do right now for free. So let's get started. There's my AC unit. First, we will figure out exactly how much noise it's making, because it is a little bit older and it should kick in anytime, because I did just turn it on. Might just be dead in the water, who knows. Let's hope not, because it would make for a crappy video, I guess. We have our AC unit running. So first thing that you want to do when your AC unit is making a little bit of noise or a lot of noise, you want to make sure that, especially if you hear rattling noise, vibrational noise, you want to make sure that all of these screws are tight. One thing that you shouldn't do, you should not use power tools to tighten those screws, because it might over tighten it and strip the screw, which will cause even more problems. These are the nuts that holds the motor to the shroud. So if that's a little bit loose, it can make the whole thing wobble and make a lot of noise. So just make sure that all 4 nuts are nice and tight and the shroud is tight against the unit. Another place that could cause noise is the shroud itself. If there's any bend or anywhere that something might have hit it, and if these pieces might have unhinged, then it would cause vibrational noise. So just make sure that everything is connected tightly, that no pieces have come apart, no dents, because anything like that will cause vibrational noise. All right, so once that is complete, you want to make sure that all of these screws that holds the cover of the unit are also tight. Even these little ones, you want to make sure that they're all tight. They hold the cage, and if the cage starts to rattle, it'll make noise. They're all nice and tight. They're probably all C's because this unit is quite old, but at least it's not making any noise. Another thing that can cause noise is, what is the unit sitting on? If the unit is not flat like this, it could cause vibrational noise. So make sure that the unit is completely flat and has no wobble whatsoever. Next thing you want to do, after everything is all nice and tight, you want to go right to the shroud and you want to unscrew every one of these screws and disconnect it. You can basically just easily lift it. You don't need to disconnect a bunch of things, and then what you want to do is you want to vacuum the inside. But before you stick your arm in there, you'll need to shut off the breaker powering the AC unit, just to be safe. Then gently lift up the shroud and vacuum all those loose debris inside the unit. After the inside is clean, you'll need to remove the protective cage to be able to thoroughly clean the ventilation grill. The reason for this is because if you've never cleaned this part of the unit, it will run hotter, which will make the unit noisier and could potentially even reduce its lifespan. Grab a garden hose to rinse it off. Most household cleaners will do the trick, but just make sure to use a softer brush to not damage or bend the grill. Just by doing these free and easy steps, I'm sure you'll be surprised at the results of the second sound test versus the first one. The last time I cleaned this unit would have been about 2 summers ago. So if you've never cleaned yours, then you'll probably have even more noise reduction. Now rinse off the unit until all of the soap is gone and water flows more freely through the grill system. And reattach the shroud. One quick thing before taking the sound test, another thing that you can do if you've already taken all of these steps and cleaned the unit thoroughly and it's still making a lot of noise or too much noise, you can buy a soundproof blanket for the unit on the inside compressor. These blankets are specifically made for these types of units with pre-cut holes for the wires and the hoses. The inside of these blankets are more of a sound deadening material, while the outside is made of a rigid rubber, which is more of a sound blocking material. Now it's time to grab the decibel meter and see how much noise it's reduced just by cleaning the unit without buying any tools or materials. And as you can see, the unit is running and we have around 62, 63 decibels, which we earlier had around 72, 73 decibels, which is a 10 decibel difference, which is pretty remarkable because they say that When you reduce the amount of noise by around 10 decibels, it reduces the amount of noise by half of what a human ear can hear. Leave me a comment below and let me know how much noise you were able to reduce from your AC unit. And also, next week I'll be soundproofing the inside air ducts. So basically we've done the outside. Next week we'll do the inside, because where the air flows, there could be a lot of noise that you can reduce. So make sure to subscribe and watch that video next week. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.